private sector management technique in public sector. Need of new public management. Post 1991 economic reform in India. Efficiency in public sector versus private sector. Key concept of this, so efficiency, effectiveness, and economy, three. And broad explanation of this concept, the Osborne and Gibber, and in book Reinventing Government. Then comes the other names of new public management is Third Way by UK Gunn, and Entrepreneurship Indian Administration by Osborne and Gabler, and Post Bureaucratic Model and Managerialism in Cristobal Poilit. Then the features, education, and importance. So the emphasis on three education, discipline, investment, enterprise system, and facilitation center. And importance, increase economy, the efficiency, and facilitator role. Then the shift from regular to facilitator. So the execution in PPP model and importance, healthy competition, reduce workload, and focus on welfare. Then the support for decentralization, execution like PRI and ULBs, and finance commission recommendation, and importance in empowered local government and effective program execution. Then the emphasis on transparency, benefit execution, the e-governance and RTI, and importance in reduction corruption, public participation, and simplified process. Then comes the extension of contract method. So education in PP model and importance in reduced government workload, minimum government, maximum governance, and downsizing of government, and execution 91st constitutional amendment in 2033, downsizing 15% of the minister. So importance, proper resource utilization and flexible hierarchy, execution e-governance, gangplank, and level jumping. Importance, reduce relativism, quick decision, and HR utilization. Then the debureaucratization is the execution golden shake hand scheme, contract based recruitment, important for proper HR utilization and reduce resource misuse. Then comes the rejection, rejects public administration dichotomy and client orientation. So education, right to hiring act and citizen charter, importance, public private administration and convergence, and proper policy execution. Then comes the cost cutting for NPM and emphasis on performance appraisal. So education, performance appraisal and review, and performance assessment and review, and 3 degree feedback should be taken, and importance, proper resource utilization and identification capabilities. So then comes the criticism of NPM. So over emphasis on private sector and potential for increased unemployment because of downsizing and demoralization of civil servants because of lateral entry, and public sector a unique role in security and welfare. So private sector neither replace it. So difference between NPA and NPM. So NPA is social economic turmoil, and NPM is economic reform. And the NPA originated by young scholar, but NPM by young and experienced. And emphasis of NPA is value, but NPM is three: efficiency, effectivity, and economy. Approach of NPA is progressive sign, but the this NPM is managerial. And the basic feature of NPA is the participation and client focus, and reject dichotomy. But NPM for localization, debureaucratization, and externalization. So the critique, the NPA criticized the public administration, whereas the NPM support minimum public administration role. The relevance, the a developed country, NPA, and in NPM in both developed and developing countries. Then comes the this change management. So definition of change management: the intentional and systematized change in an organization, collective term of approach to organization change. Then comes the basic element of change management is strategy, organize, motivation, teamwork, improve, measure. Then comes the types of change. So structural change, procedural change, and behavioral change. Then force of in organization. So restraining forces like insufficient salary, lack of coordination, and negative working condition, and driving forces for sufficient salary, cordial relation, and positive work condition. For responsibility of for higher authority, minimize resistance forces and maximize driven forces. So then the reason for factor and for change management are external factor are the social custom, economic factor, fiscal monetary policy, impact of LPG, change in administration policy, political factor, and environment factor. Then internal factor are change in role and responsibility, education and awareness in employee, technical factor like innovation and automation. Then comes the importance of change management. So increase super survivorship and extent of organization, uplift productivity and work performance, helpful in identifying, restraining and driving force, increase efficiency, promote technical innovation, and enable healthy relationship, improve condition with the external market. Then comes the phases of change management. So Quoth living three-phase model is the unfreezing, moving, and refreezing. And generalized phase are the identification of restraint and driving forces, plan formation under available resource, execution of change management, evolution and review of change, permanent establishment of successful change. Then comes the hurdle in change management. So lack of communication and coordination, lack of resource, failure of past changes, lack of proper training, egoistic and proud higher authority, and lack of trust, fear of job cuts, and negative viewpoint of subordinate. Then the ideal condition for change management are the association with reward and award system, and clearly inform about objective and change, and proper management of resources. So these are the chapter